Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. This summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
All right, welcome to another Friday night edition of the Pajama Party. I'm your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yes, right. Hello.
Okay.
Ooh, what a week.
For sure.
Well.
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 Yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah, the world is really in the middle of a crunch time, for real. It's just, I don't know. What are you going to do?
Well, I'll make one quick announcement. Thanks to everybody for listening tonight. We are not taking any callers tonight, so we're just going to get right into it. Let's see.
Yeah, we
just jump right into
it? Also for the last couple of weeks.
Right.
Technical difficulty that the provider was having trouble with that affected our customer, our fan base, and it's really sad because a lot of people look forward to listening to being informed, and when the system goes down, it hurts everybody. I just want to put that out there.
Thank you, Poppa DD. So, in the interest of time, let's see, Ketel, you want to just go right ahead into the rundown?
Sounds like a winner. How are you guys doing tonight?
Everything is cool. Everything is cool, despite the world.
Despite what's going on, huh?
Yeah, with everything.
For sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll get into the rundown. Well, our in focus, of course. We got three interesting topics tonight. We're going to cool it down with the cocktail of the week. I got a good one tonight. Of course, what's popping with Poppa DD? Our weird news. We're going to lighten it up. And I'm just saying with Redwine, she got something special for us tonight. Of course, my Hollywood wrap-up, the Kiss It list, and the last word. So sit back, you guys, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we're getting ready to get into In Focus.
All righty.
Let's get it.
Let's see, who's got first position tonight? Is that me tonight, or is that you, Ketel?
I think that's you.
Okay. I will do it.
I'll take the second position.
Since you gave her a choice.
Okay. All right. Poppa DD's going to bring up the rear. All right, we got it. Okay, so my in focus tonight is on the Electoral College. Since tonight we kind of focused around election and political things, so I wanted to talk about why do we still have the Electoral College and what is it all about, all that kind of stuff. So just in case people don't know, in the U.S., a presidential candidate is elected not by winning the majority of the popular vote, but through a system called the Electoral College, which grants electoral votes to the 50 states and the District of Columbia based on population of each area. So while the Electoral College has people who defend it, there's a much deeper bench of people who don't understand exactly why it is that the 538 electors that are on the Electoral College are the ones who make the choice of who's going to be the next president versus the 300 million plus American voters who actually pick the president. You know, it seems kind of crazy, but the way it functions today with the electors acting as proxies for the voters is nothing like what the founders who created the Electoral College had in mind. They wanted the electors to actually have debates and consider multiple options, but that's not what they do now. And there have been attempts to change it, or I don't know if they wanted to just get rid of it. And the most recent attempt from both sides of the Congress was back in 1969, and ultimately that failed because for whatever reason they couldn't agree. But as it all boils down, the electors themselves and on the Electoral College, they don't even make the choice because the states all have different laws and statutes that require these electors to honor the wishes of the voters in their state. So it's really kind of becoming just a procedural kind of thing. You know, we all seem to feel that they have some kind of power, but the more I've studied this, it doesn't seem like they really do. If the state says, you know, for any given state that they have majority voted for candidate X, then it's the elector's responsibility to put his whatever number of electoral votes behind that candidate. And there's a few states that have some different variations and stuff where some of them are winner takes all, some of them split the votes, and all. To me, the bottom line is that it's just kind of crazy that this still goes on. But anyway, the electors are going to meet on December 17th to officially cast their vote and send the results to Congress. And then whichever candidate wins at least 270 electoral votes or more becomes the president. So the votes have to then be officially tallied by Congress on January 6th, and then the president gets sworn in on January 20th. So that's what they do as far as the Electoral College. I do think that this thing has outlived its usefulness and that they should just go by the will of the people. Why do we still need these electors in this Electoral College? You know, originally it was to try to balance things out, but I don't know if they're really still balancing anything. So that's my in focus for tonight. Comment if you like.
Yeah, that Electoral College has always been something that's crazy. I don't know what it's about. You know.
I agree. I never did understand it. It's just crazy. I don't know. When they brought that, well, you know, remember the white guy that wears the khaki pants all the time? He tries to explain it, but I still can't follow what he's saying because I think it's like a Bitcoin. It's just a bunch of puff of smoke, for real. Pretty much. That's how I feel. It's just a puff of smoke. That's all. They just giving you some BS shit that they done made up, just like the damn Bitcoin doesn't make any sense to me, and they just give you a puff of smoke. That's all.
I agree.
Yeah.
I do think they need to just shut it down, go by the popular vote, and be done with it.
Yeah, I agree. You know, but you know that's not how it works. I guess they put these things in place so one side would have advantage of the other. And like you said, they need to come up to date. It seems like it's backfiring. And, you know, I don't know. It just seems unfair to me. That's what it seems like to me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the point of it was to try to make sure that states that had more people, you know, higher population numbers, wouldn't end up pretty much controlling the vote. But it just seems like now they're just kind of going through the motion of it all. So anyway, we'll move on. All right.
Okay.
Ketel, you're up next. What's your focus on?
Okay. Let's see. The fight against voter suppression in the South. Ooh, boy, we starting this shit again, huh?
Oh, it never
It's
stops.
sad, but it's true. Yeah, true. I guess you're right. A federal judge halted a program that made thousands of legal voters in Alabama inactive. Really? Restoring active registration status for both American-born and naturalized citizens ahead of the November election. This U.S. District Judge, NASCO, ruled in favor of the Department of Justice and civil rights groups and issued a preliminary injunction against the voter purging program launched by the Republican Secretary of State, Wes Allen. The state's top election officials originally touted the program as a way to begin the process of removing non-citizens registered to vote in Alabama. So that's shiggity again. So the DOJ and the Coalition of Immigration and Voting Rights groups sued Allen, arguing in court that the program violated federal law barring the systematic removal of names from the voter rolls 90 days before federal election. The decision comes less than a week after the DOJ filed a similar suit in Virginia. Georgia judge has declared that 7 new election rules recently passed by the state election board are illegal, unconstitutional, and void. Wow. It goes on to say that Judge Thomas Cox issued the order on Wednesday after holding a hearing on challenges to the rules. The rules that Cox validated include 3 that had gotten a lot of attention, one that requires that the number of ballots be hand-counted after the close of polls, and 2 that had to do with the certification of election results. You know what? There's a lot of jibber-jabber. They always go into court to try to fight this and that. And the bottom line is you don't want people to vote, or you don't want their vote to count. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
So, and it's always in the same states. Have y'all noticed that? Georgia, they always have an issue in Georgia. Always.
Oh, yeah.
So that must be, I mean, it must be a swing state or something. So.
You know what? I don't know. But you're right. It seemed like Georgia always got an issue. Other southern states,
always.
Arizona last time around had an issue. So we shall see.
That's just crazy. This judge halted a program that made thousands of legal votes in Alabama inactive. Wow. Y'all doing a lot. It's just a lot. You know.
I think there's a whole lot of people out here desperate and scared. They don't want to lose, and they don't want to let it play out on its own. So they're doing everything they can to try to slant the vote. I'm like, just let people vote. They're going to vote how they vote. If you win, you win. If you don't, you don't.
But I think that's why a lot of people are discouraged in not voting, because you go through all this BS for me not to vote, you know. So why should I vote? Because they feel as if it's not going to count anyway. So why am I going through the struggle to try to vote? It's just a headache.
Well, that's what they want everybody to feel. They want people to stay home and throw their hands up and say, forget it, I'm not going to participate. Right. If it's not going to count, and if they're playing games and they're cheating and all of that, that's what they want us to think. That's the whole objective.
Right. They want to be discouraged. They mean discouraged. You're right.
Exactly.
You
so
quiet
it's up
over there,
to
Papa.
all of us. I was
right.
just going to say it's up to all of us to keep putting the word out there, no matter what lies they tell, what games they play, vote anyway.
I agree. You got a good point there. I agree. You quiet over there, Papa. What's up? What's your views on that?
I think it's a real reverse psychology thing. I think that the Republicans is doing all this stuff they say in the radical left and all that bullshit. Ain't nobody radical on the left-hand side. Nobody can ever get as radical as those Republicans can get just by not even trying. You know what I mean? But they say that to build up some stuff to, so when something happens and it's crooked, with them being crooked, they just trying to, they're going to do the same thing they did before. Because, in my segment, I'm going to talk about the catalyst of why they all doing what they're doing. But it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But,
right.
What
you going to do? Right. It's just crazy. Yep, it's just crazy. So, okay. All right. Move on.
All right, Poppa DD, over to you. What's your focus tonight?
Well, my story is, which I don't even see why this is necessary, because, Republicans and white folks and everybody, they got Ohio wrapped up. But people are there, they gotta do something to make them think they're protecting something, which you gotta protect in Ohio. You know what I mean? Ohio is literally white. But anyway, this is DOJ to monitoring voting in Ohio County, and citing intimidation concerns. But Department of Justice announced Tuesday it would monitor voting in the county of Northeast Ohio, citing intimidation concerns stemming from social media posts from the local sheriffs about migrants. Now, when did migrants become like a common name or a common occurrence? And nobody's talking about the governor from Texas and sending migrants all over the city, okay? If any of them had a disease, the disease would be all over the world, because you put them on buses and drop them off in front of the mayor's house in New York, and drop them off in D.C., and drop them off everywhere without anybody's authorization or anything. So anyway, the DOJ will deploy its staff to observe and ensure that this county called Portsmouth County is compliant with federal voting rights laws during the early period and election day. Voters in this Portsmouth County has raised concerns about intimidation resulting from the surveillance and the collection of personal information regarding voters, as well as threats, concerns, and electrical processing, mail theft, and everything else. So them white folks in Ohio are just losing their mind. But thank goodness the DOJ. But for the DOJ to surveillance one little part of Ohio, what is that going to do? As corrupted as Ohio is. So I don't get it. It seems like a waste of manpower. But the department added that it regularly has its staff monitoring election laws compliant all over the country, noting it deploys federal observers from the Office of Personnel Management were authorized by the federal court orders. And the news comes as that county, Portsmouth County Sheriff, his name is Bruce Galinsky. He's a Republican. He was scrutinized over a post on social media in September, where he asserted that if Vice President Harris wins in November, they should jot down her supporters' addresses and have migrants attack them at their houses. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't get it. This guy, now he's a sheriff, and he said if she wins, they're going to send migrants to her house, to all the people that voted for her. And I don't understand what people. It just seems like election night is going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely crazy. And these are sheriffs that are making threats like that. If somebody wins, why are you talking like that when you're a sheriff?
Exactly.
What do you? But it's so we'll see what happens. The American civil liberties and all that. They're demanding that this guy take down his post, and Oregon is also threatened to sue the Republican sheriff and all that jazz. But it's to be continued,
Well, they need to go after these people that do stuff like that, because otherwise that just makes them more emboldened to do stuff again. If they hear, oh, he got away with it, let me do something. They need to just shut these people down. But, all right, we got to keep it moving tonight. And, again, we're not taking any callers. Let's see, we're ready for Ketel in the cocktail of the week. She said she had a good one for us. Let's see. What you got for us, Ketel? It better be a good one.
It better be a good one.
That'll be a good one.
It's simple. It's not all that elaborate, but I mean it'll get you where you got to go.
Oh, okay now. All right, come on.
It's since we've gotten into the fall atmosphere, it's been a little chilly. I think today was one of the chilliest days of the season so far. This is called the James Irish Coffee Cocktail. So I'm going to warm it up a little bit. When it comes to coffee drinks, there's nothing more quintessential Irish than adding in a little drop of Jameson Irish whiskey to make a cold winter evening more enjoyable. So 1/6 parts of Jameson Original. I prefer the orange, but if you like the original, go with that. 2 parts of lightly whipped cream, 1/3 parts of Demerara sugar syrup, 3 parts of espresso, and grated nutmeg. First, add the Jameson, Demerara syrup, and coffee to a preheated tempered glass. Next, top with lightly whipped cream and garnish with the grated nutmeg. And that is called the James Irish Coffee Cocktail. So enjoy.
Ooh. Okay. That does sound like it'll warm you right up.
Oh, for sure. For sure. You know, if you want to put 2 ounces of the Jameson Original or, like I said, the Jameson Orange, whatever your preference is, I think it'll go well with that nutmeg and that espresso. Right on point.
All right. Well, that's Ketel's recommendation, so y'all give it a try. All right, Poppa DD. What's poppin'? What is poppin'?
Well, you know, they really begin to circle the wagons on things. You know, everybody is in all kind of directions. You got people saying, "Are black men into this and that?" Like, you know, like the media knows or cares about black men. You know, it just sometimes it's just a sounding point. You know, and then Kamala goes and talks to a few black men, you know, pastors involved and all that, and they act like that's representing black men. You know, but with all the facets of black men all over the world, they get together with 6 of them somewhere in a town somewhere, usually Atlanta, where they think blackness grows on trees or something, you know. And they talk to them to get their views and opinion. They sit back saying, "Well, I don't know how she is. I don't know." Well, aren't you looking at the alternative from her? And then, well, I think she's going to go down the same route as Hillary Clinton. Well, she's not Hillary Clinton. You know, I mean, Kamala was doing an interview on Fox today where the guy was trying to overtalk her and throw questions at her because he's worried about his time, you know, when he's interviewing. He's got everything to contend with commercials and everything he got to get in. And she said, all right, well. She said, no, I'm going to answer your question. Well, no, we can move on. She said, no, I'm going to answer the question that you asked me. And he was just like taken back because, you know, see, Kamala's really freaking people out with her energy, you know. And that's something they've never seen before, especially coming from a black woman, you know. They can't handle it. A lot of people just cannot handle it. And it's you know, it's beautiful, you know, because that's how we are. And that's the first person that's really spoke their mind because, you know, Hillary was trying to stay on the right side of white, you know. No matter what she was trying to do, she wanted to stay a white woman to be able to walk the streets when the election was done and all, but she don't give a damn. And they jumping on her stuff about what she's doing with sex changes and stuff in prison and the Republicans saying, oh, that's all. But well, you got to understand that, first of all, she was a district attorney raised in San Francisco, you know? Mm-hmm. San Francisco is one of the most celebrated homosexual towns on the planet. And she's right there in the middle of it. So she's come accustomed to every facet of that lifestyle. So people that are totally against it saying, I can't believe she did that, can't believe she did that. Well, that's just what you don't believe in. But look at the shit y'all do, you know? And, I mean, I just hope God gives her strength to keep on, you know, doing what she's doing, saying what she's saying, and just having the strength and the know-how to keep it going because There are so many people, the talking heads on CNN. Then you got Omarosa was on CNN last night acting like she's supporting Harris. I'm like, give me a fucking break. Okay, well, the Republicans kicked your dumb ass to the curb, and now you a woman without a country, you know? I mean, these people get behind, just like the congressman in Florida, what's his name? That guy. You know, they try to stand in this Republican thing because Trump has made it easier, like I said before, where Republicans don't have to promote. Because Trump is putting out that flavor so strong and got these people so hypnotized that they go in there and they just vote. You know, they don't even need a lever. They could vote with Braille. You know, that's how much they are. They just feel Braille, they feel a big old P in Braille, and they'll pull the lever right there. And Trump's got it like that, and he know he got it where 75 million people in the world are voting straight Republicans. So all the Republicans in office now ain't got to fight for what they fuss with the gerrymandering of territories. Some people are going to win the election automatically, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, you know? Going to win automatically because of the districting. You know, if they knocked off 7,000 people and put them in another area, then the vote's going to go all to that person in that little section right there. So a lot of people are going to win automatically. I want to see what's going to happen. I mean, I'm bouncing around because that's how this stuff is going. I want to see, you know, Ted Cruz's situation. What happens with that? Because he was debated the other night, and that guy jumped in his ass. The brother he going against? Mm-hmm. He said some sassy stuff at that debate and made Cruz look like a fool. But it seemed like Cruz wasn't even caring because Cruz know that Trump has set up the balloting where all the people, that white people that are down for Cruz are going to vote for Cruz. He ain't got to worry about that. I mean, if he loses, he loses, but I doubt it. Because the fix is already in. After what happened in 2020, let me just say this here. After what happened in 2020, them Republicans were, believe me, while we were sleeping, they was plotting for the last 4 years. And now they're ready to kick in everything into gear on what's going on. Trump's just out there doing it. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't debating nothing. He ain't talking about nothing. And the last thing I'm going to say, he wants to team up with the guy in Israel. And the guy in Israel, what's his name? Netanyahu. Yeah, he's killing people every day. I saw a little baby that was bandaged up from head to toe with burns on her. It was so sad. And he's trying to keep dropping bombs until Trump wins the election. As soon as Trump gets sworn in, Trump is going to tell him to stop bombing, and he will stop immediately because he's kissing Trump's ass just like the guy that sells the pillars. They all are kissing Trump's ass, so when Trump get in, like everything going to calm down. But by then, all the hostages are going to be dead. And they're going to blame it on Biden and Harris, you know. Well, that's what they did. They didn't do anything. The war kept going. I stopped the war in one day. Wait and see if he wins. I'm going to leave it at that. Wait and see. That man's got a plot that he's thinking it's all bullshit. Anyway.
I know that's right.
That was a good one. Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. All right.
They're killing people every day. It's sad.
Yeah, they are. It's sad. So sad. Mm-hmm. All right, we got to lighten it up. Lighten it up. My goodness, lighten it up. All right, we're ready for, where are we? Weird news time. And I've got the first one. I got one about some turtles. This is out of Burlington, Vermont. A woman from China pleaded guilty to attempting to smuggle 29 eastern box turtles, which are a protected species. She was trying to smuggle them across Vermont Lake into Canada on a kayak. Wow. Okay, her name is Wan Yi. She's 41. She got arrested at an Airbnb in Canaan, and she was about to get into an inflatable kayak with a duffel bag on Lake Wallace, according to the Border Patrol agents that busted her. And then they notified the authorities and et cetera, and then the agents searched her duffel bag and found 29 live eastern box turtles individually wrapped in socks, according to the affidavit. Man, she was determined to get these turtles. These turtles are known to be sold on the Chinese black market for $1,000 each. I'm not even going to ask what they do with them. So anyway, they seized her phone, and she pleaded guilty. So she's scheduled to be sentenced sometime in December, and she faces up to 10 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. I tell you. Now, you know you're desperate when you're in an inflatable inflatable kayak with turtles and socks trying to get across a lake.
Oh, that's crazy.
All right, Ketel, you're up next. To? I tell you, it's weird out here.
Yeah, that's where the weird nose will light it up. In Des Moines, Iowa, the owner of a water buffalo that ran loose in Des Moines, Iowa, suburb for days, pleaded guilty for having an animal at large. The owner was fined $105 in court costs. The owner was taking the animal to slaughter when it escaped from her place of residence. The police spent days searching for it as it roamed Pleasant Hill, a town of 11,000 residents. Fans named the animal Phil after the city. Police at one point shot Phil while trying to capture the animal, but it escaped and continued to roam for several days before being tranquilized with help from zoo and animal rescue workers. The former owner gave custody of Phil and two other water buffaloes, now named Sal and Jane, to an animal shelter. The water buffalo was treated at a large animal hospital. How do you say large animal hospital? For an infected gunshot wound. Iowa Farm Sanctuary said Phil is recovering well. Okay.
Good gracious.
He was trying to escape and from being slaughtered. He said, I want to be slaughtered. Shit. Mm-mm.
Yeah. That water buffalo probably saw them back there sharpening knives and was like, I think we better go.
Yeah. So he said, let's scat on up out of here.
That's crazy. Water buffalo. Who keeps water buffalo? Anyway, on to you, Poppa DD. What you got weird for us tonight?
Oh, boy.
Poppa DD, you're up. All right.
Pop over there, sleep.
I'm here. No. I was muted. I was trying to listen to y'all and not be. They want y'all to hear me breathing.
Okay. What's your weird news tonight?
My weird news is this woman in Washington State calls 911 after being hounded by up to 100 raccoons. All right. Now, sheriff deputies in Washington, what's called Kitsap County, frequently get calls about animals, loose livestock, problem dogs. But the 911 call they received recently from a woman being hounded by dozens of raccoons swarming her home near what's the place called Paulsboro stood out. The woman reported having had to flee her property after 50 to 100 raccoons descended upon it and were acting aggressively, said Kevin McCarthy, a spokesperson for the sheriff's office. She told the deputies that she started feeding a family of raccoons. Okay, there you go. So she pleaded guilty right there. She told deputies that she started feeding a family of raccoons. Now check this out. Decades ago.
Oh my God.
As it was fine until about 6 weeks earlier, when a number of them showed up and went from a handful to about 80 to 100. She said those raccoons were becoming increasingly more aggressive, demanding food, and that they would hound her on day and night, scratching at the outside of her house, at the door. If she pulled up in the car, they would surround the car, scratching at the car, surround her when she went to her front door. out to her car outside. They would follow her to the car. They saw this as a food source now. So she kept coming back to it, and they kept expecting food. So she throwing them out, you name it. Meat, crackers, whatever. I guess she was using them as a damn garbage disposal. Anyway, it was not clear what caused their number to balloon suddenly. Well, maybe because they were fat and happy and having babies, Both the sheriff's office and the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife determined no laws were broken, he said. But there is a nuisance problem, kind of her own makings. And he said the video from the sheriff's office shows the raccoons milling around trees, and deputies who responded to the calls observed 50 to 100 of them. And they also added that they had to call animal control, which she's going to have to pay the bill for whatever it costs to round up all those raccoons. So she brought the shit on herself. Y'all got sympathy for her or what?
Ooh, not a bit.
Nope.
You out there feeding them. What do you expect? That is crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Like you said, she brought it on herself.
Yeah, I saw a cute little black kitten today in my yard. Still a baby. I wouldn't give him a peanut. He better drink his mama's. He better drink his mama's breast milk. Like I know, because I ain't trying to make friends with his ass.
Yeah.
He was cute though.
Tell him go find your mama. You cute, but go find your mama. All right. Let's see. I'm just saying. I just want to have something real quick that I wanted to say. And that's about kind of along the lines of what Ketel was talking about with the voter intimidation. There's been a lot of that, specifically coming from Mr. 45 himself. And it's just getting really, really out of hand now. He says things to people at these rallies, like recently in Atlanta. He told the people in Atlanta, if you are an African American or Hispanic and you vote for Harris, you need to get your head examined because they're screwing you. Now, remember we talked about how he told the Jewish people at one of his, whatever it was, a meeting, rally or something, he told those Jewish attendees that he's the one who loves the Jews and that the Democrats hate the Jews. This is what he says to these people. To me, this is just another intimidation tactic. Why keep putting stuff out like that when, first of all, it's not true, but he keeps saying all this kind of stuff to intimidate and bully people into voting for him? How desperate and hard up is this man now at this point? You're intimidating and bullying people, telling people stuff like, if you don't vote for me, the whole country's going up in flames, everything is going to be destroyed, you can't go across the street and buy bread without being mugged, killed, raped, all of this stuff. I mean, come on. You're doing too much, and it really needs to stop. So I'm just saying, stop with the bullying and the intimidating. How about you just talk about what you plan to actually accomplish instead of the name-calling and the bullying and all the bull crap? People are tired of it. I know I am, and I think a lot of other people are too. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, that was short and sweet. I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Short and sweet. I mean, it's just getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
And every rally he holds, it just gets worse. Now he's out here claiming that the migrants are eating other things that they aren't supposed to eat. I'm like, will you get off of that?
Oh, God.
Just stop it. Gosh, stop it. Anybody needs to get their head examined as him.
Where do they get this stuff from? They just make it up out their head or something?
Or some other part of the body.
That's what Van said. Van said, if I got to make stuff up, I will. He admitted to that. I'm like, wow, man, what really is that what this is about? But, if they win, then I think if they win, then everybody should just turn the country over to them and just go in a whole other direction. Let them do their thing, cause
I don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, we won't have much choice. if he messes around and wins, all we can do is, like they say on Star Trek, brace for impact. Find something to hold on to and brace for impact. All right, we're going to keep it moving tonight. Let's see, Ketel, you're up next with the Hollywood wrap-up. You ready to go?
Ooh. Yeah, come on, Papa. Give me a little introduction. Come on.
No, I thought you was taking a break. All right.
Come on.
Hollywood. Hollywood. Take it away.
All right. Okay. Well, I haven't heard his name in a while, but he had to pay tribute. Arsenio Hall had to pay tribute to James Earl Jones and John Amos. James Earl Jones played in Coming to America with him, and John Amos also played, he was in some parts with him as well. He said, in all the years I've called Hollywood home, I have never once heard anyone say James Earl Jones is an a-hole. He began. That is a rarity in town where friends and enemies too often wear the same faces. Okay. I don't know if that's giving kudos to them or he's just saying, the 68-year-old, damn, Arsenio Hall, you 68? Reflected on the 2021 sequel, Coming to America 2, noting that the Jones could not travel. So he filmed his scenes in New York while the rest of the cast worked in Atlanta. He also shared fond memories from the original 88 film where he often turned to Jones for guidance and advice. Wow. He continued, we watched him struggle in a racist society that did not know what to do with a free black man other than try to kill him or beat him down, even in his spirit only. Jones, passed away. He was 93, and Amos was 84, leaving fans, friends, and family heartbroken. Truly, James Earl Jones was the father of Darth Vader, and the voice of Verizon or CNN for a long time. So,
yeah, that's true.
Also, James Earl Jones, he used to stutter, and he said he just started reading. He's doing a lot of reading, and things turned around for him. Interesting. Also in the news, Deion Sanders and Roski Diaz team up to host a new talk show. Oh, this is going to be on Tubi. Interesting. Okay, let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an interesting combination. Tubi announced that Sanders and Diaz are collaborating to host a new talk show. We Got Time Today, premiering in November, will feature 21-hour episodes every Tuesday. We Got Time Today, produced by Jesse Collins Entertainment, will invite viewers to engage in conversations about news, culture, entertainment, and sports. The show captures Sanders' dynamic energy and Diaz's genuine charm, promising lively discussions and intimate interviews with trendsetters and celebrity guests. Wow, okay. Never thought those two would team up, but interesting. That's what I say. Interesting. Also, Atlanta radio icon and comedian Wanda Smith dies at 58. Yeah, that's an early age. Smith passed away just one day after celebrating her birthday. Wow. Okay. She looks like Monique. Yeah, she looks similar to Monique in stature. While the exact cause of death has not been disclosed, her former station, B103, confirmed the heartbreaking news this past weekend. Smith was a beloved figure in the community, known for her vibrant personality and decades of dedication to Atlanta's airwaves. Okay. Sorry to hear that. Okay. Also, Megan Thee Stallion has a new documentary coming later this month. The new film drops on Halloween. Wow. Interesting. Okay. What's up with that date?
Okay.
According to a news release, the Grammy Award winner will get candid about her rise evolution. in a feature-length documentary for Amazon MGM Studios. The upcoming project, Megan Thee Stallion and Her Words, was directed by Emmy winner Nika Anora and promised to deliver unprecedented access to the multifaceted woman behind the persona. Interesting. Megan Thee Stallion in Her Own Words will debut on October the 31st on Prime Video. Okay. All right. Go ahead, girl. I ain't mad at you. Samuel Jackson reflects on Pulp Fiction's, check this out, 30-year anniversary of Pulp Fiction. He said it changed his life, celebrating 3 decades since Pulp Fiction debuted. The actor shared memories of the iconic film's release, calling it a life-changing moment. Wow. Damn, it's
30
been that long.
years, really?
Yep, I think that was one of, what's the guy's name? That was one of his first films.
Tarantino.
Yeah, that was one of his first films, I believe. Pulp Fiction, released 1994, is a crime thriller set in L.A. It tells 4 interwoven stories about the lives of 2 hitmen, a boxer, a gangster, and his wife, and 2 diner bandits. I never saw Pulp Fiction. The film also saw John Travolta, Uma Thurman, I remember that famous dance, Bruce Willis, Tim Roth, and Bing Rames. Its title refers to the pulp magazines and crime novels of the 20th century, known for their gritty content and dialogue. Wow.
Oh, I never knew that. I wondered why it was called that.
I never knew that either. I have to check that out. I really have to watch that. Our hometown guy, Big Tigger, he's expanding his family. Okay. Congrats are in order for the legendary media personality. Okay. I didn't know he was married. Big Tigger, his real name is Darian Morgan, is about to earn a new nickname, Dad. In heartwarming Instagram, the former co-host of the Rap City, the Basement Joyful, announced that he's expecting his first child. In the clip, Tigger stands with his back to the camera as his partner, holding a pair of tiny baby shoes. So he's not married. His partner embraces him from behind. Later, he proudly reveals a shirt that reads "Dad to be promoted." Okay, interesting.
All right. Partner, huh? Okay.
I'm not gonna touch that one. Hollywood's first black stunt woman and founder of the NAACP Image Awards, Tony Vaz, dies at 101 years old. Spokesperson confirmed that Vaz died at the Motion Picture Fund campus in L.A. While born and raised in New York City, Vaz moved in adulthood to begin her career in Hollywood. It was during her years of auditioning that she discovered stunt work, breaking barriers for black women in stunts. Baz went on to stand in with Cicely Tyson for her role in Mission Impossible. Interesting. Didn't know. Alongside other acclaimed actresses like Eartha Kitt and Juanita Moore. Led her to perform across the world, gaining over 20,000 hours of experience and more than 50 screen credits. Okay. So she created the NAACP Awards. Wow. I didn't know
that. Okay. Good stuff.
Yeah. All right. And also, last but not least, the Hip Hop Awards was last night. This is the 3rd time that Big Boy, he hosted it, Fat Joe. Had folks like Missy Elliott, Nicki Minaj, Kendrick Lamar. He was the top winner with 8 trophies and so on. Yep. All right. That's my Hollywood wrap-up.
All righty. Good stuff. All right, we're down to the Kiss It list. Poppa DD, can you break it down for the folks? What exactly is the world-famous Pajama Party Kiss It list?
Well, the Kiss It list is a sand trap, quicksand for people who stub their toe and sinking fast. We can start off with Marjorie Taylor Greene, because she's still acting a damn fool. And few other people, J.D. Vance. He's just a little mini-me of Trump. He's just talking a whole bunch of crazy stuff. And Omarosa, like I said, was on CNN talking like she's down with Harris. And remember, she was all up on Trump on the Apprentice show.
Yeah.
And she actually was one of his senior advisors when he got elected. But then all of a sudden it went south because I think she probably showed that she was black for real for 5 minutes and they got rid of her ass.
Mhm.
So.
Also, I got that Sheriff Galinsky in Ohio that posted all that threatening stuff about the migrants need to be sent to the people's homes that vote for Harris, all that craziness. And all these other people out here participating in voter intimidation, all the bullies, Trump, top of the list of bullies. Who else? Anybody else out here telling lies, trying to confuse people to get people all mixed up about voting, go sit down. All of y'all are on the kiss it list. We got anybody else tonight? Let's see.
Well,
is that everybody?
Not hardly, but our minds are just going blank because we have an abbreviated show tonight. But just all the Republicans just saying everything is the radical left, and but ain't nobody making no noise though. Republicans are talking, but it's getting real quiet on the Republican front. You're not hearing from Tim Scott or nobody. They all laying low, laying easy.
Because they took my advice. They went and found a chair and sat their monkey behind down. But anyway, we got something for everybody on this week's Kiss It list, and here it is.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel
Hello.
and Redwine.
Little swat, darling. Woo, that felt good. All right, it's time for the last word. Let's see, last word. Who's up first? Poppa DD. What's your last word tonight?
Well, my last word is just I hope people come to their senses to know that other than voting for Kamala Harris, there's no other choice. He like, I'm undecided. Really? Undecided. Whew. Your ass have lost your mind is what you've done. Anyway, I hope people come to their senses here because it's getting close, and that night's going to be a purge. It's going to be an ugly night. So I just hope people come to their senses.
All right. And my last word, who's next? Me? Yeah. My last word is no matter what they say, no matter what games they play, get out and vote. Vote early, vote by mail, but vote. Your vote and your voice does count. And that's my last word. Over to you, Ketel. What's your last word tonight?
That was short and sweet, Redwine.
I'm trying.
Yeah. I have to say my last word is about mental health. Just went through a crisis today with family, and I'm telling you that mental health is something to just sit back and observe, and if someone needs help, reach out and help them. it is real. If you don't believe it's not real, it is. From something that happened early this morning to the resolution that ends tonight, and it's very painful. It's just, and people just don't understand why. It's crazy. But like I said, mental health is you really have to sit back and observe. And like I said, if that person needs help them. That's my last word.
Amen to that. All right. Well, we only got a couple minutes left, so we're going to sign off until the next time we get together. Say good night, Poppa DD.
Good night, everybody.
Say good night, Ketel.
Good night.
And this is Redwine saying good night until we get together and do it all over again next Friday night. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you as always, from East Coast to the West and North to the South. Thanks again for hanging out with us. Have a good weekend. We're out.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of jazz.
Well, I say when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer